If I could go next through the chair, of course, to Ms. Rovac. I just thank you for bleeding in front of us, and I'm sorry that you had to do that. I think it's really important, and why I fought hard for there to be a trigger warning, because I think it's important that we, as parliamentarians, understand that the reaction may be hard and that we have to carry that story with you. And I promise that I will do my best to carry your story with me in the things that I move forward. You talked, you said at the end, I was promised. That really had an impact on me. And you also talked about the security of truth. I'm just wondering if you could explain, as a woman veteran, what those two things mean to you and what you felt was not done correctly. Does that make sense?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to be able to bring that up. I do need to say one thing first, if I may, and that was, there was a prime example of exactly how women veterans are dealt with on a daily basis, hourly basis. What we saw here earlier today, I got up from the table on purpose. I didn't get up because I hurt. I didn't get up because I was triggered. I got up because I was being ignored, because I was being treated with disrespect. My story was not acknowledged. And it was tamed, and someone was using me as their platform. That is part of the problem here. I am not someone else's platform. I am not someone else's cash cow. I am not someone else's product. I am a human being. I am a veteran. And I am strong in that. I was very upset. It hurt. And I felt diminished. I felt so many of these negative emotions that I did almost walk out the door. And the only reason I stayed here, the only reason I did not walk out that door, was because I had a couple of people get up and come over to me and say, we still want to hear you. And to that I honor. Now, in response to, I was promised, in response to the, what was the word? Security of truth. One of the biggest things that I have discovered is that with Veterans Affairs, we are promised certain things. I had to go to my case manager and I had to negotiate what I was going to do for any type of training, any type of care. And when I say negotiate, that is exactly the correct term. It's a negotiation. Veterans Affairs has this habit of changing case managers very quickly. They also have a habit of passing us over to contractors. Every single time we have a promise in hand, we have already negotiated what we need, we get passed over to somebody else, and then we have to renegotiate. We have to restart from the beginning. In a 6-month period, I had to tell my horror story, my rape story, 3 times in 6 months. That was suicide attempt number 1, by the way. I don't think there's a single person that can actually understand the trauma that someone goes through. When I had said earlier that Veterans Affairs has created more trauma for me than the military did, I am really not exaggerating. Why would I have to share my experience 3 times to 3 different types of experts to prove my truth so that they can change the negotiated process that I've already started? That is part of that promise. It keeps getting renegotiated. It keeps getting canceled. Every time I turn around, that happens. Not only am I being negated, but it's almost like worse. I'm used. In the military, I wasn't used. As a veteran, I am.